Hey everyone, Matt Montada here, and I have a special guest with me, the Iron Giant. For those of you who don't know, Iron Giant is one of my favorite films of all time. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is, I'm here to review Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now, here's the deal with this movie. I did rewatch the first one not too long ago. And if you remember my original review, you can hear me saying that I liked it. Well, I rewatched it, and overall, it does not hold up at all. Now, I don't hate it, first of all. And I know there's a ton of you who love the first Ant-Man. And that's cool, opinions are opinions. But Ant-Man, I felt, was one of the more mediocre MCU films. I just wasn't impressed with how it executed its premise. And it just doesn't really resonate with me as much as some of the other MCU films, like Guardians of the Galaxy or Thor Ragnarok, or even Infinity War. So, I went into this movie with a bit of caution. And after seeing it, I gotta say, not only was this an improvement over the first one, but I'd even go as far as to say that not only is it miles better than the first one, it has got to be one of my top 10 favorite MCU films right now. Because here's the deal. Let us start off with the characters. Now, the characters in the first one, I thought could have been interesting. Like Scott Lang, seeing how he's excuse me. Seeing how in the first one he was considered a criminal. I thought that they were going to take that and do something interesting with it. And what they did with it is about as by the numbers and as shallow as it could be. And the relationship that he had with his daughter in the first one just wasn't explored that well. But in this one, they managed to make it one of the key points of the movie, and it's very sweet. And it's very touching and heartfelt. And the little girl who plays the daughter, she was incredible in this film. Alright, as for the other characters, Evangeline Lilly, I think that's how you say her name. She's given a lot of screen time in this film, and she is much more interesting in this film than she was in the first one. And then you have Michael Douglas in this film, who is by far my favorite character in the entire movie. Which is interesting, seeing how he was the best character in the first one. I just thought that he had a very interesting backstory and a great subplot involving him and his wife in this one. So then, you have Michael Pena, who's, thank God, not as annoying in this than he was in the first one. He actually made me laugh in this, because in the first one, he was just more of the stereotypical annoying sidekick. In this one, he's actually not as annoying, though he does have his moments here and there. So then we have the new characters, which involve Lawrence Fishburne as one of Michael Douglas's partners. He was really great in this film. And then you have the villain, Ghost, who is a much better villain in this than in the first one. Because in the first one you had sort of this bland, bald guy, and he just wasn't that interesting. In this one, they actually give her a backstory, and they give her great development. So yeah, the characters and the performances are absolutely terrific. So then we have the action and the humor, which is very strong. Because, honestly, in the first one, the action was very forgettable to me. And the humor just wasn't as strong. This, they take every opportunity that they can with the action and the humor, and they execute it perfectly. The chase sequences are very well done. They're well directed. The comedic aspects of the film were very well executed. The timing was great. And the performances really helped that out. And this movie all around was just a lot more creative than it was in the first one. Because in the first one, I really wanted to see where they were going to take with this premise with Scott using the suit and having all these ants help him out throughout his journey. And it didn't really focus that much on that. In this one, they managed to do a much better job at doing something creative with this premise. And overall, in terms of a film itself, the writing was strong, the drama was absolutely surprising, and a lot of the lighthearted moments are very strong, which is something that a lot of people complained about for this film, is that because it's a smaller film, and it thinks that it should live up to what Infinity War brought to us. And overall, I just don't get why people can't appreciate the fact that this is meant to be a smaller film. I mean, there's not exactly anything wrong with it. Hell, the first one was a much smaller film than something like Infinity War, or even the first Avengers film, or Civil War. And people ended up loving that film. And in this one, it's sort of the same thing, but it expands upon it. And it's brilliantly executed. The only complaint that not really a complaint, but a nitpick, is that the plot does seem to feel a bit inconsequential. Like, characters don't even seem to pay for what they do or the consequences that they have to deal with. I don't know. I feel like they could have made the film a bit more like they want the characters to pay for what they did. And I don't know, I just wish the plot had more stakes to it. But not like Infinity War level stakes. You know what I mean? But overall, this is a very strong film. Definitely one of my favorite MCU films at the moment. The performances were great. The action is fun. The humor is great. The directing is great. And it's just an all around very well-rounded film. So, overall, I would give Ant-Man and the Wasp an A. Now, before we end off the video, I want to announce that I'm going to be at Florida SuperCon on Sunday, July 15th. So, yeah, not sure if I'll be able to review any of the new releases that come out during that weekend. But if I don't, then I'm going to make a haul video from when I'm there so I can make up for it. But yeah, that is all I got to say. Hopefully you check out Ant-Man and the Wasp soon. And see you guys later. Bye.